Y'all ever wonder what happened to Conor McGregor? Well, he had a problem. He got his career ruined by this guy, Khabib, the greatest fighter that you've never heard of. Now, kids, I want you to remember something. If you ever have a problem with someone and they look at you like this, turn around and walk away. Why? Because you never know what someone's capable of. When he was a kid, he was wrestling bears. That's him at 9 years old, wrestling a bear. An interviewer asked him, Khabib, your dad let you do this? He said, my dad told me to do it. Funny story, actually. I told my dad, the bear is biting me. And my dad said, bite him back. The interviewer said, now here's the thing. Khabib is from a place called Dagestan. And Dagestan has seen many wars and it's produced hard people because of it. And it's because of this their training is just as hard. Khabib's dad teaches him how to fight. And it's because of this Khabib is winning championships at a young age. Now he decides, let me take my talents to the UFC. For those of you that don't know, UFC is for like mixed martial arts. And as you can imagine, he destroys everyone. But then people start to see that mental difference I was telling you about. He gets in a little scuffle before one of his matches. The dude said, what? Khabib said, you not gonna talk? I said, what? Boom, a little scuffle ensues. They get broken up. Khabib takes off his hat and starts swinging it around. Bro said, what that mean? Mike Tyson said, yeah! Bro said, now where Mike yelling? What's going on? His coach said, bro, don't worry about all that. We're here now. Let's just get ready to fight. And well, it's the day of the fight. Khabib proceeds to pick his opponent up and throw him on the ground. Pick him up, throw him on the ground over and over again. It seems clear at moments Khabib can end the fight, but Khabib just continues to pick him up and throw him on the ground. He breaks the record for most takedowns in a single fight because he didn't want his opponent to get off so easily. The dude's coach was like, yo, what did we do to get him that mad? Now, Khabib continues to win all the way until the championship. And here's where things start to get wicked. See, Conor was a champion for a long time, but he stopped fighting for a while, so they took his championship away from him, gave it to another guy. So Conor's pretty upset by this, saying, yo, let me get my championship back. The UFC tells Conor, we're gonna give Khabib a chance at the championship first. Conor said, who Khabib? He said, you know that dude was like a little different. Connor's boy said, man, we ain't worried about all that. Connor's boy, Connor's friend, goes over to an interview, says, yo, Khabib ain't on nothing. He's soft. So Khabib finds Connor's friend in a hotel and says, what was all that talking you was doing? Connor's friend goes, I wasn't talking. Khabib goes, Connor's friend goes, all right, I'm gonna go. Khabib grabs his arm and says, just don't say anything about me ever again, or I'm gonna find you. Connor's boy rushes over to Conor, tells him what happens. Conor, as you can imagine, heats up. Conor gets so mad that him and a group of his friends rush over to Khabib's tour bus, Khabib's bus, and they smash the windows, injuring several of Khabib's people. Like, seriously injured. Conor has to go to court for this and all that. After all this, Khabib asked Conor to drop the location, and I'll just let you see him ask himself.
Come here. Send me a message, like location. I'm gonna come. Wherever you want, doesn't matter. Ireland, New York, Brooklyn, or Moscow, doesn't matter. Tell me.
Conor's coach said, I don't know about this Conor. I think something wrong with him. Conor said, why y'all sound scared? Let me see the video again. His people tell him chill because he still has a championship fight. Remember, not with Conor, with some other guy. But Khabib is still focused on Conor. Right after Khabib wins, he says, where Conor at? The UFC says, set it up. And here's where it starts to get wickeder. See, Conor's a showman. Like, he knows how to sell a fight. So he's going hard, saying, yo, man, screw Khabib. I'm the best, all that. But at some point, Conor and Conor's team, they start making fun of Khabib's religion and family. See, Khabib is Muslim. Now, to be fair to Conor, he wasn't all out making fun of Khabib's religion. But he said some things that could have been seen as disrespectful. This does not go well with Khabib. And Conor starts to understand this. During the pre-fight interview, everyone's cheering for Conor because he's like the most famous fighter in the world. When they get to Khabib, everyone starts to boo. All Khabib could think about is the fight. So he says, Alhamdulillah, which means praise be to God. Tomorrow, I'm about to go crazy on Conor. Conor goes, oh, he tweaking. Conor looks at his coach. He says, yo, we gotta talk to him. So before the fight starts, Conor looking at Khabib like, yo, chill. Khabib said, Conor said, ding, 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 fight starts. Conor starts getting demolished. So badly, at one point, Conor tells Khabib, yo, chill, it's just business. As the cameras was rolling, Conor's telling him, yo, chill. I ain't mean all that. that stuff I was saying. So Khabib throws him to the floor, begins wailing on him, saying, okay, fine, let's talk business. What do you want to talk about? As he's wailing on him. And this is really embarrassing for Conor. Khabib then finishes him off, but Khabib heats up because Conor gives up too easily. So Khabib looks for the next best thing. Conor's team, he begins pointing at them, screaming. They said, is he looking at us? He was looking at them. They say, he not that crazy. He that crazy. So Khabib flies over the fence and starts going ham on Conor McGregor's team. A huge brawl breaks out and Khabib and Conor get fined pretty heavily. After all this, they ask Khabib in an interview, what do you think about the whole Conor situation? He says, I was upset. He said thousands of people flew from all over the world to watch Conor fight. And he tapped out. He should have just went to sleep. The interviewer said, and well, after this, Conor McGregor was never really the same, and he stopped being a force in the UFC. As for Khabib, he continued to dominate the UFC until unfortunately his father passes away. Now this affected Khabib and his family in a big way, so much so his mom didn't want him fighting without his dad there. So Khabib promises his mom that his next fight is his last and he'll never fight without his dad around. And then, well, Khabib retires as one of the greatest UFC fighters to ever play the sport.